All right. Good day, everybody. It is Tuesday, September the 6th, 2022, coming right off of Labor Day weekend. A few things in the news. Um, Boy, what a shame this country is becoming with the resident in charge. We're going to talk about that at the end of the show. But let's hit the next headline, the first of today. So this has been circulating. I've called this out many a times, and here's more of the evidence coming out that BLM is not what people think it is. So Black Lives Matter exclusive or executive accused of siphoning $10 million from donations. Now, I reported months ago, probably more like 6 months ago, that some of the top members of Black Lives Matter have spent up to $4 million on mansions across California. Well, here's some more that they're doing. So, Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation executive Bowers has been accused of siphoning off more than $10 million from donors. The grassroots wing of the left activist organization BLM Grassroots. Allegedly, last week, Bowers siphoned the money to pay his consulting firm after he joined the board of the foundation. So it goes further. If you guys want to catch this article, you can catch it in Breitbart. It breaks some more of this down. It talks about how he's just kind of blowing this off. He's just saying, "Oh, it's just haters, right? They're hating on Black Lives Matter. They're hating on what we're doing." But this is the problem, folks. These people are taking racism and other facets that emotionally attach to people, and they prey on people's emotions and get them to donate $90 million, I believe, just in 2020 or 2021. $90 million. This is just 10 million of that, plus the other 4 million that I talked about earlier, where they went out and bought mansions in South California. That's 14 million. Here's the big question. What are they doing with the rest of that money? Where's This is just what you're seeing. This is just what they've been caught doing. What are they doing with the rest of that money? That's what you should be asking yourself. All right, next headline. Bad news for Europe. Europe's winter of chaos. Gas prices spike by 35 cents after Russia cuts pipeline to the EU. So, you know, they talk about Russia, 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 but they put Russia in a very good position, in my opinion. Not only is Russia's currency the best performing currency around the world, but they've got the control of Europe. Russia's decision to disable the Nord Stream #1 pipeline to the EU has been has seen the price of gas spike 35 cents. Now, why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because whatever happens over there, eventually the ripple effect hits us over here in the United States. Why is that? Because the current administration, the resident in charge, day one, week one, went out and completely destroyed America's energy independence. So he went out, he killed the Keystone Pipeline, he ruined fracking and shut down a lot of the fracking. He just made a complete dumpster fire of America's energy freedom that the Trump administration worked so hard to get us there. So this ripple effect that's happening in the EU is going to hit our shores here. I know a lot of us were super excited, and it's funny because the current administration has jacked up our gas prices so high. We went from $1.87 and $2.20 a gallon to well over $5, $6, and $7 a gallon. And if we get a break of 50, 60, 75 cents, we all think that's great. And that is by design. They're doing that, one, to usher in the Green New Deal, but they're also doing that to catch the idiot Democrats out there who will continuously vote for them and say, "Oh, well, look at them. They dropped gas prices." Well, I'm telling you right now, buckle up, because the gas prices are going to raise again. We're going to continue to skyrocket. All right, next headline. more of the Green New Deal, more of the BS coming from the left. Officials beg Californians to use less electricity as blackouts loom. Now, I put this in the headline because I find it comical that these guys are pushing for the Green New Deal, pushing by 2025, 2035 that the entire state of California be completely green. They want carbon emissions to zero. They want to get rid of all combustible engines. They want everybody to go to electric. Well, let me ask you this question, California. How in the hell are you going to accomplish that? You have no resources for any clean new energy. Officials are asking Californians to use less energy as the state faces record demand for energy on Tuesday, creating the possibility for rolling blackouts amid a heat wave. Now, I talked about the Flex Alert last week, and here you are. These guys are complete buffoons and idiots. I tell you what, the entire state of California, I believe in 2020 voted red. I believe the state of California went red in 2020. And I'm telling you guys in California, you need to really clean up your state and get rid of these officials, these politicians, these government people that are running your state because they've been ruining it for decades. But look at how stupid these people truly are. All right, next headline. Stuart Schiller is back in the news. Now, remember, we did him a year about the exit of Afghanistan. So Stuart Schiller to Mark Milley, your job is climate control. We even talked that he's doing to the military right now. He is the Joint Chief of Staff head. He's the chairman. So Marine veteran Stuart Schiller, who demanded accountability for senior military leaders over the botched Afghan withdrawal, an exclusive interview with Breitbart News, slammed chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff General Mark Milley for being focused on white rage rather than fighting wars. Now, remember, Mark Milley thought it was just such an absolute great idea to introduce CTR, which is, the stuff that they're trying to indoctrinate our children with, critical race theory, white rage, and the fight against COVID. So here we are. We're in all these conflicts across the globe. We're not paying attention to our southern border. We're worried about critical race theory. So Stewart is calling them out yet again on Breitbart News. You guys catch that article in Breitbart. Something else that I found real funny here, I'm going to spotlight this. The DCCC chair, Sean Patrick Maloney, Democrats are ready to campaign with Joe Biden. Let's read a little bit further into this headline. This article you can catch on Breitbart. Democrat Congressional Campaign Committee Chairman Representative Sean Patrick Maloney said this past weekend on Fox News Sunday that the members of his party are ready to campaign with Joe Biden. Maloney claimed that his members are ready to campaign with Biden and that the country would see that this week. This comes after very few members would admit that they were willing to campaign together this summer, but also after his party has seen a few legislative accomplishments and the president's approval has increased slightly. So I got to stop right there. What accomplishments are you talking about? Because this administration and the left has accomplished zero. So again, we talk about this here at LWN. These politicians have to run on their policies. And what policies have they put in place since they took office that have helped the American people? They have done nothing but put America last. So his approval rating has bounced up at the low of 29% this summer, has bounced up 1 or 2 points. Why it's going up, I have no idea. I guess because gas prices have gone down a little bit. But he says, quote, you better believe that we're going to stand with this president and say we passed in a bipartisan way better roads, better bridges, and better health care for veterans, end quote. What better roads? You need to take a drive again, across the state of Colorado. They have probably some of the worst roads in the country. There's no better roads. And the bridges, have you guys driven across some of these bridges across America where you hit these giant potholes right before the bridge? What better bridges? And the health care for veterans, are you kidding me? You guys don't give a damn about the veterans. And that's obvious. All right, Joe Biden accuses Hagler of destroying democracy at a Labor Day speech. President Joe Biden, resident Joe Biden, mocked a heckler during a Labor Day speech on Monday, accusing him of destroying democracy. So just because you disagree with Joe Biden, just because you disagree with the left, just because you disagree with any of their policies, any of their mandates, anything, you are now destroying democracy. They are tagging us. They are labeling the conservative movement as a threat to America. Joe Biden spoke Labor Day weekend at the event in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, celebrating unions and warning workers about the dangers of the MAGA Republicans pose to the working class. So let me address this issue. Joe Biden, your policies that you enacted after you took office, where you opened our southern border and we have millions of illegal immigrants flooding our southern border and going all over America, taking American jobs. How is your policies affecting and making Americans first in this country? If I was a union worker, I would be pissed at this administration for their policies. Any union worker out there who is going to support the Democrat Party and support Joe Biden really needs to go get their head examined. All right, last headline for today. My Son Hunter, star Lance Fox, flabbergasted by Joe Biden's dangerous and divisive rhetoric. Actor Lawrence Fox, who plays Hunter Biden in the upcoming movie My Son Hunter, said that he was stunned by President Joe Biden's now infamous speech last week in front of Independence Hall in Philadelphia, saying that the resident's rhetoric was both dangerous and divisive. Now, I'm not going to read any more of this headline. You guys can catch it in Breitbart if you want. I'm sure lots of you have probably already seen either clips of his speech or watched his speech entirety. I have not yet. I probably would get too upset if I listened to it. I listened to a 3-minute clip of it, and how dangerous this man is. He, folks, is the enemy of the state. He, folks, is the problem with this United States. Him, his party, the left, the rhinos, the rhino Republicans, they are the problem in this country. And if you didn't see the background where he has almost a spitting image of Hitler himself in 1933 when he gave his speech to Germany, pay attention, folks. That's all I can tell you is pay attention to what is unfolding before our eyes, because this is unprecedented. This is full-blown communism staring us right in the face. And as Americans, as patriots, we're definitely going to have to stay united, stand together, and fight this hypocrisy, fight this tyranny with everything we have. That's all I have for today. I'll be back later tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I got a new guest tonight. You're not going to want to miss it. Love you all. God bless.